Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm always good, thank you. What is your name, my love, and where are you from?
My name is Rafael. I'm from Brazil.
Wow, okay. My name is Mia, and I'm from South Africa.
Nice to meet you, Mia.
Nice to meet you too, my love. Tell me, why do you want to practice English?
Because I love English, it's a very useful language. I can talk with many people like you right now to know about many cultures, and I hope one day get more money.
Don't we all? Don't we all? We all wish for that extra money, right?
Yes, it's good.
All
But
right.
I really
And
like
yes.
this language.
All right, good, good. So you love the language, but you're also improving the English language so that for one day, maybe you can find a job with better pay.
Yes. Actually, almost, I think 2 years ago, I started to learn English because I was watching YouTube videos about Brazilians that lives in United States, for example, other countries.
Oh,
And
okay.
I like it to see, to watch this type of videos. And I thought by myself, I, uh, I would like to live there or to know there, but I need to learn the language, the native language that originally they speak there. And I started, and until currently, I'm improving to getting better my English. It's not a short period like some people speak. 3 months you speak fluently and
No,
so on.
no.
It's
There's
completely
there's there's absolutely no way that in 3 months' time you are going to speak it fluently unless you study 24/7 for 3 months. You
yeah.
might be able, might, a big might. But yes, no. It takes time to learn a language. It really does. I mean, when I was in Thailand, I studied. Now I speak 5 languages, and over the
Yeah.
years, I've been able to find all the tips and tricks and things that work for me. But when I got to Thailand to learn the Thai language there, it took me about a solid 2.5 years.
Yes, and for like you, as you said, you were there. I think it's easier
It
when
is.
you are.
It
Yes,
is. It is. Especially when you are surrounded by this
yes,
language. It definitely does help. That's why someone like yourself, it might take a little bit longer because in your country they don't really speak English on the corners of the street or in the supermarket or I don't know, at the bar. They don't really, unless there's a foreigner. So, yes, it might take a little bit longer.
yes. And I saw in your profile you speak 5 languages. You do
Yeah.
you live in how many countries do you live?
I
Do you
live
live?
in, I've lived only in 2 countries, South Africa and Thailand. You need to remember my country speaks 11 languages. We have 11 official
Oh,
languages.
wow, it's
Yes.
true.
So, yes, I speak my native language, which is Afrikaans, and then I speak English, I speak isiZulu and Sesotho, and then I also speak Thai because I've been living in Thailand since 2012.
Yes, that's great. And your method to learn how many language too many languages it's real life surviving with native speakers, or do you like to do it?
I was not into mathematics, that's for sure. No. Um, from a very young age, I had a love for languages. I think it also goes back to our education system or the schools that I went to as a child, because we had our first language and we had second language. Um, and then I got very curious about studying more languages. It was hard because my parents did not really speak it, and I kind of forced them to speak it with me. Like we would have English nights or we would have Zulu nights, and then I would be like speaking to my family in Zulu, and then we don't understand a word you are saying. And then I'm like, well, you gotta learn. You gotta learn. That's how this
Yeah.
works. So yes, I think it's very important to inform your friends and family around you what you are planning on doing, because they can help you. They can. In
Yes.
the beginning, they
It's true.
weren't very happy about it, but over time, they started participating. And I can remember the year before my dad died, he actually told me, you know what? If it wasn't for you, I would not have been able to speak Zulu, because you forced it upon us because you had the passion. But today I speak this language fluently because of you, and I want to thank you for that. I was like, you see, I knew. I knew it. I knew it. So yes.
I was correct.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing.
Yes, because sometimes it's very difficult when you don't have a partner to practice uh, speaking. You have a lot of content on internet, but maybe it's complicated. You find a partner to practice your English speaking skills. So it's just inside, but outside it's complicated. Input, output,
Yes.
it's complicated.
Well, I've got a trick with that. When I was studying all the languages, yes, my parents, they were there, but sometimes, they either worked late or they had work they had to do at home, so they couldn't always participate. Back then, I did not have a cell phone. I had an actual voice recorder. So what I would do is I would record myself speaking. Like I would talk
Great.
about random topics. Like obviously back then it was about school and boys and family and hating my brother and stuff like that. But I spoke. I recorded myself speaking, and I would go and I would try to analyze it and see where I've made mistakes, where I can improve, made sure that the way I started my sentences, the linking words, and all that. So, yes, I tried to find creative ways to
Yeah.
improve. But yes, your cell phone can be your next best friend. Um, it's
Yes.
got a voice recorder. I mean, if you drive to work, you can record yourself talking about your surroundings. Oh, I'm stuck in traffic
Right.
again. Oh, this lady looks so miserable. Just look at her. She hasn't had her coffee
Yeah.
yet. Like you can just talk about random stuff, and it will
Yes.
help build the confidence that you need, because let's
Of
let's
course.
be honest, we don't always want to stand in front of people and speak another language that we're not fluent in. So it's like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's one word answers. So at the end of the
Yes.
day, it's not just talking, it's the confidence you need to build on as well.
Yes. Definitely. I realized that because sometimes I'm walking over here at home, speaking by myself. And I speak very good, very fluent, very confident, but
When you
that time I will speak. I'm speaking with on Cambly or whatever people. Very slow thinking to speak, and oh my God, looks like a two people, confident and non-confident. And if, like you said, when you speak daily in the car, on the street, and speaking about what is surround you, you get confidence over and over, more confident. And when you speak with native speaker, you are more confident.
Yes, because the nice thing about in the car is you can actually speak to the person in the car next to you. And they won't even know it. And that's how you're going to learn how to get out of your shell and not be like, yes, okay, great, thanks, bye-bye. You're going to learn to like, good morning, sir. How are you today? Oh, you look so handsome in that suit of yours today. Like, clean shaved. Morning, ma'am. Have a good day. Remember to drink your coffee. Like, you are actually talking to people. Yes, they're not hearing you, but
Yes.
you're getting that
Yeah.
confidence of actually talking to people. Because what's the point in learning and putting in the hard work? But when you get in front of me or someone else, it's like,
Yeah. And that's the I think the English school, it's the main mistake that they're doing how long these years. That's it, because people just write, just
grammar.
study, not speaking grammar. And I know many people that I studied 4 years, 3 years English, but I don't speak nothing.
I can't speak. Yes. You know what? It's not just in Brazil. It's many countries. This is one thing that really gets me. Like my country, when I think this is where I'm very grateful for my little stupid country sometimes. I'm very grateful for, because when we had English, now like English is not my first language, it's my second language. So when we had
Yeah.
English second language classes, we had it 5 times a week. We had reading, we had writing, we had debate, we had speaking classes. Our teacher was actually English. It wasn't an Afrikaans teacher teaching English. It was an English British teacher teaching us. So you could not
Great.
speak to her in Afrikaans, because you'll most probably get one of these, because she's going to be like, I don't know what you're saying. You could be swearing me for all I know. So yes, we would compete against schools with debates and read up poems and things in front of the whole school. So, at a very young age, we were learned or taught how to deal with all these things you guys are struggling with. And it's such a shame that schools in countries like yours, they don't focus on it.
Yes, it's true. When I was in school, I had English school, but I don't remember nothing. It's just verb to be, I am, you are, and so on.
Verb
And
to be.
Brazilian don't. Yes, Brazilian don't learn nothing. If you don't want to speak in English, if you there's no reason to I want to speak English. People, I remember the over here in Brazil, just 5% of
5
Brazilians
people.
speak in
5
English.
people.
5%
No, plural for person.
of the
5
population.
people of your population.
5
Yes,
people,
person
yes.
is one, people is
5,
plural.
yes, correct. And 5% of the
5
people
people.
speak
5
just in
people.
English. 5
Yes, you
people.
don't. You
5
say
people.
one person, but 5 people.
Yeah, and it's a good business over here to learn to teach English, because people need, it's a universal
Yes.
language. And if you want to have a good job, if you want to travel, you need, it's good you speak English. And there's a lot of people teaching English, but there's a lot of people studying but don't speak in English. I think that's something wrong.
I think I need to come to Brazil and open a speaking English center, you can come in and only speak English. We don't touch a book. We sit in a circle and we just talk in English. And then someone to
Yes.
correct your mistakes. Like that's all we do. We don't touch a book, we don't write, we don't read, we just talk. Talk about life, talk about struggle,
Yes.
talk about yes. I
Conversation.
think that is definitely something that a lot of countries need to do. Just have English classes where they just speak.
Yes, like I have a strategy that I try to do. For example, I like
Mhm.
soccer. What soccer in English? I like movie. Watch this movie in English. I'm doing what I like, the movie that I like in English. It's a pleasure for me to learn a new language and
Yes.
watch a new movie. It's a good way that I found to learn to improve
Quick
my English.
question. When you watch your movies, do you put subtitles?
Currently, I try to not use
Good.
subtitles. Just in English. I know. I mean, sometimes it's hard for me. I understand, but there's a moment when you are learning English. You know more than me that you can understand by
Yes.
context. You don't understand 5 minutes, but the next five
You
minutes
don't.
you understand what is
Yeah.
happening.
Well, if
Yeah.
you think about it, when you were a baby, what is your Portuguese? When you were a baby, you did not speak Portuguese fluently when you started talking. You only understood a few words, like maybe one or two in the beginning, that your mother and your father used frequently. So over time, your vocabulary
Yeah.
started growing because you started listening more. Um, and that's the same goes with
Yeah.
English. You just need to listen more. Like play the radio in the background with only English music on. Only watch English news. Only watch English movies. And you will pick up, just like it might take a little bit longer because I mean, we're old and we have responsibilities and stress and worries and stuff, but you're going to pick it up because you're hearing it. One of my students that I taught in Thailand, he had such a difficulty learning English. Unfortunately, I left the school, and when I left the school, he completely gave up because, I wasn't there anymore. And then his mom contacted me and she's like, what can I do to get my child to speak and learn English? And I told her, play an English movie or music while your son is sleeping. And she's like, what? I'm like, while he's sleeping, play the radio in English, play a movie while he's sleeping, because his subconscious mind is going to pick up the English and he won't even know it. And she did that for 6 months. 6 months. And he spoke English fluently.
Oh my
Yes.
God! Wow,
But
that's
now you need to
amazing.
remember, he's only 8 years old. Now, a child's brain is like a sponge until the age of 13, then it stops taking things in because it gets lazy. Because then it's boys want girls and girls want boys and fashion and PlayStation and things they don't want to learn anymore. So his brain still wanted the info.
Pay
Mm,
attention in
yes.
English.
So even if you go to
That's
bed at
great.
night, you can play the radio very softly in the background so that you can still hear it. You don't have to blast it like loud. I do that. Sometimes I put it on Zulu channel and then I go to bed because I don't speak Zulu every day because the province that I live in, they speak a complete different
Yeah.
language. They speak English and Afrikaans, but the two African languages, they don't speak it here. So now I need to learn a new African language. That's going to take me a while.
Yes.
So, yes, to keep my brain fresh. I find these interesting ways that works, that's easy.
Yes. It's to
Yeah.
learn listening more than grammar, than because like a child, like you said,
Focus,
it's
yeah,
listening,
focus on grammar
listening.
if you're taking an exam, but if you're not, just listen.